University for me. UNA University for me. UNA. Welcome everybody. Welcome. I'm yours truly, Diva Reed, representing UNARepublic and UNA University. Halo. All right, let's get into this thing now. What are we talking about today? Let me make sure I got my right information up here. What are we talking about here today? We're talking about UNARepublic and what does republic mean? What does republic mean? All right, we're going to get into that, and I want you all, if you all have any questions about law, to please comment in the comment section so we can answer them. And also, I want to invite everybody. If we got the university is starting up on the 16th of October. 16th of October. If you want to be a student, please find the link in the bio. My people in YouTube, you're going to find the link. There's a link tree, unarepublic.com/link, LINK, the letter T. All right. And that's going to give you the ability to sign up for a free consultation so that we can get you enrolled. Now, let me tell you about the membership package, okay? And I need to get into this because somebody had some questions and I got some things I need to make a statement on. This is a part of your membership package. This is a trust document, your trust documents, okay? And then it also, membership package comes along with a membership badge, all right, with the QR code showing that you're a standing member of UNA, as well as an allodial ID. Now, with this allodial ID, there's a QR code on the back such that when your documents are on record with UNA, you'll be able to access them quickly with that QR code. You just scan that code and you'll be able to get access to your documents that'll be on record, not only with the county, but with UNA, okay? Now, this membership package also comes along with education. Education, why is that important? Now, see, y'all gonna find out. When you're going to a lawyer to get any kind of membership package, you're paying $2,500, but you don't get any knowledge about what the documents are. You don't know how to use them. You don't have the true power. The true power comes from your mind and the knowledge. When the people ask me, David, so when I get these documents, I'm gonna be free. Paperwork does not give you freedom. They're just tools. If you don't know how to stand on those documents, then you do not have freedom. The freedom comes with the mind. All right, that's important to understand. So when we have this education, they'll take it seriously because you got to demonstrate that you know how to use these tools. All right, it's just like you going to buy a gun. You don't even know how to use the gun. You don't know how to take the safety off. If you don't know how to use the weapons and the tools that you have, then they don't work for you. All right, it's the knowledge that gives you freedom, not just the paperwork. So yes, it comes with the knowledge, which again, you go to a lawyer, get these documents, you're going to pay $2,500. You will not have a clue as to how to use them nor how to stand on them. You will not have a clue as to what you put on record or why, and you will not know how to use them. And so when somebody, these agents come up to you and they start trying to force you into contracts, you don't know how to deal with it because you don't know how to stand for yourself. This is why we give you education. Understand this. Understand this. When you get these documents, you are creating a nation. You are a nation all by yourself. We talked about this. Why are you a nation all by yourself? You are made up of every element of the planet. You're a walking landmass. You have not taken ownership of your landmass. When you do this, this helps you to take ownership of your landmass and become the nation that you are. But if you have no knowledge, you do not know how to stand. You are not standing as a true nation. You don't even know how to protect yourself. We want you to have the knowledge because you are a part of United Nations. You're a nation from America. That's what UNA stands for. So we're not just here just to take your money. I don't care about your money. I don't care about you coming to me. We're going to help you make a whole bunch of money to even know. What you can do is help me educate a whole bunch of people so that we can build something stronger, something more powerful, something more higher vibratory than what we're in now. I'm called to do this. I'm called to do this. Everything that I need and desire and vision, the universe gives it to me. I'm here because I'm supposed to help you educate you so that we can bring this thing to another frequency. We are walking in another dimension right now. And my job is to educate. So I'm not concerned about your money. But if you come to me, if you come to UNA, please understand you're going to know this stuff. You're going to know it. We're not sending you away from here ignorant. No, you're going to know this. You're going to demonstrate that you have knowledge of how to stand as the nation that you are. I'm not here to take your money. I'm here to give you education because if it was all about money, I'd take your $2,500 and go on about my business. Just like lawyers do. You wouldn't have a clue because you'd have to keep coming back to me. I don't want you to keep coming back to me. I want you to start educating other people how to stand as the nation that they are. How that we can be righteous to each other. The problem is not the system. The system got to disappear when we come into knowledge of self. We're not here just so we can take your money. We're here because we're here to build. I'm called to do this. All right. So if you want to become a member, find the link in the bio so we can give you a free consultation and get you enrolled. You need to get the education. It's not just about, oh, they ain't going to do nothing to me because I'm going to stand over here under you and they know you're going to stand up for yourself. That's what you're going to do. You're going to learn how to stand for yourself. If UNA needs to be there to help you, back you, that's great. But we're not going to prop you up. We're going to stand with you because you're going to know how to stand on your own. One other thing, and I'm going to move forward into this session, which is about what does republic mean? I had somebody ask me, well, Diva, when you said, I have to go through a class or education, that sounds like a religious thing. And that sounds like you're trying to create a cult or a religion. Let me be clear, peoples. Let me be 100% clear. When you come in to anything, whether it be the membership or as a student in the university, we're teaching you how to stand as your own nation. It's not for you to be up under us by any means. We are a sovereign nation vouching for you, another sovereign nation. That's what we are. It's not about, oh, you under us and you under our jurisdiction and authority. We don't even want you like that. We need you to be knowledgeable and able to stand on your own. Because if you're just standing up under us ignorant, that doesn't make us more powerful. That does not make us more powerful. You just another you're gonna be like a dependent. We don't want dependents. We're building nations. So when you're coming in, you got to have the knowledge. Otherwise, you are just a dependent. You got to understand right now, if you're calling yourself a citizen, you are a dependent. You are a slave. Somebody's got to take care of you. And listen, I get it. I get it. This is not for everybody. Sovereignty is not for everybody. Because some people appreciate being a slave. Some people are comfortable there, and I respect that. I respect that. And yeah, I said slave. I hope you don't like it. If you don't like it, then stop being it. But some people are comfortable in that position, and that is okay. But if you're going to claim this, you got to understand the seriousness of it. You have claimed to be a nation. If you got benefits coming, they belong to you already. The government can't give you anything that doesn't already belong to you. I'm going to say this again. The government can't give you anything that doesn't already belong to you. If you don't believe me, try to get some benefits without giving them a social security number. Try it. And then come back to me and let me know how you did it, because you did some magic. Because they can't create money. They can't create the benefits. It all comes from you and your social security number. Then when you take control of it, then you know how to keep them from trying to take it back from you. You take control of it, you know how to get it when you need it. All right? Thank you, Geocentric. Thank you, Robert, for joining and following. Yeah, by the way, follow, like, and share my people on TikTok. My people on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, please. Thank y'all for joining. Shotman, Arsync, Kent, thank you for joining. Mr. Big, Ricardo, Fran, Johnny, Michael, Jay, Big, thank you for joining. All right, y'all like and share, and follow, like, and share. Thank you for all of your love and your comments. All right, so now if y'all have any questions about law, I want you to leave a comment, all right, in the comment section. Now, again, let me get back on this and I'm gonna finish up. All right, so when you're getting this, yes, we do request that you have to go through a class to make sure that you're understanding what the tools are. And it is not about you becoming a part of our organization or our religious camp or anything like registered. Well, I should say registered because we're not registered, but on record, it's recorded as a religious private trust organization. Okay, a private religious trust organization. So let's understand the reasons why, and then I'm going to get back into this. All right, y'all got to understand the term religious is very, very powerful. It's been bastardized where people have these different religions, and you under Catholic, or you under this, or Baptist, and they're making you think that, oh, it's about, this whole religious principles. Listen, here's the bottom line. When you have acknowledged who your God is, when you acknowledge who your God is, everybody has to respect it. Everybody. So what does this mean? All right? When they're trying to force you into a jab on your job, and you say, well, my God said that I don't put those type of things in my vessel, and you are standing under a religious principle, that your job cannot just fire you just because you have chosen not to take the jab. Otherwise, they're gonna get a serious lawsuit because they're firing you because of your religious principles. You understand? That's why this came into handy with so many of our members and students when that they were trying to force that jab on them. They just showed them this, and the job that okay, got it. Because this is filed as a religious organization. Now, we're not telling you how you need to worship and all that. Do what you do, but make sure that when you're dealing with these people, you have a God, because they respect whoever your God is. If you don't have one, you got no power. I need you to understand that. Y'all thinking religion is about, oh, I'm a Catholic, I'm a Baptist, I'm a Muslim. No, it's about, do you have a God that you respect and you have made them aware of what your God is? Then they're going to respect you. But if you don't have one, then they're not going to show you any respect. And that's the problem. We have forgotten about our God. That's the problem. And I'm not talking about no religion. I'm talking about the spiritual aspect of this whole game. Y'all might not recognize it, but that's what they've been doing the whole time. It's all about spiritual. When you walk in the court, that's a whole spiritual seance. All rise, you dead people. It's a spiritual seance. And y'all not getting it. So when we're talking about religion, don't be thinking about, because yeah, somebody has bastardized religion. Somebody has made it. When you say the word, it leaves a bad taste in people's mouth who are knowledgeable and who are enlightened. All right. So I get it. I understand that. But we're at that point where we have knowledge. We are clear. All right. Religion is very, very powerful. And when you start using it to your advantage, they got to back up off of you. Use it in any kind of, see, when you say your organization is religious rather, when they come at you about taxes, you like, what's it about taxes? This is a religious organization. I don't pay taxes. See, these 501c3s, you don't have to go up under their 501c3 if you know how to create a trust. Then you know how to stop dealing with taxes. As soon as you recognize the power in as standing as a religious organization, you under trust, then there are no taxes. All right. So that's one aspect of the religious nature of it. Just call it that because, first of all, we talk about the beginner law book and all of the laws where we're talking about the maxims of law, all 200 and something of them. This is what our God said. This is what our God said. What your God say? These are the laws that come straight from the Bible that our God said. And when we stand on these, everybody has to respect them. All right? All right, so now let me get into this. What does republic mean? Thank you all for sharing. Thank you for following. Thank you for liking. We do appreciate you. We love you. So glad to see you and have you. All right, let's get into this. What does republic mean? Now, you all hear the term republic when somebody, you might have heard, what's the president name? The one used to, I forget his name. The orange guy. What's his name? Because I don't follow the politics that much. Somebody put his name in. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on his name because I don't follow politics at all. But the orange guy that used to be president, and you might have heard him talk about republic. All right, excuse me for saying orange guy. I just can't remember the guy's name. Trump. Thank you, Trump. All right, so Trump was. I know y'all laughing because I said orange guy. I really feel bad about that. But Trump, you might have heard him say republic. Let's talk about what republic means. All right. Republic deals with the body of land known as North America. The republic, meaning a government under the republic, whereby it's your God-given rights are protected. Under the republic, your God-given rights are protected. What kind of God-given rights? The right to protect myself, the right to bear arms, the right to travel this planet freely without governmental documentation. All of these rights that we have given up when we sign documents. All right. So when we're talking about the United States of America, which is the original United States that was created in 1777, the United States of America. So notice it's of America because I'm ready to get into the other United States. There's more than one United States. Let's just put it like that. All right. United States of America. That was created by a group of elite Moors. They were not Albion. When I say Albion, for those of y'all who are new to this session, I'm talking about so-called white people. They are not white. We don't call them white. And melanated people, y'all want to keep calling yourself black, that's fine. But I don't call you black because I know what it means. Because you're not black. But if you want to take on that term, that's on you. That's another legal issue you got going on with you. So when we're talking about the republic, we're talking about your God-given rights, a territory where your God-given rights are respected. And in this case, we're talking about the United States of America, which was created in 1777. Now, versus a democratic form of government. What does a democratic form of government do? A democratic form of government is where they're taking your rights away from you and giving you privileges. All right, democratic form of governments are mob ruled. Pay attention and listen up. Pay attention and listen up. When they're talking about a democracy, that's a mob ruled form of government. That means the fewer in number do not have a voice. And the problem with the fewer of number not having a voice is that the masses tend to be very ignorant and easily manipulated. Y'all are in a democracy if you're talking about voting. The fewer in number have no voice. It's mob ruled. And most democracy ends in chaos. Most democracies, let me rephrase that, a democracy will end in chaos because it's not protecting the rights of the people. Republic form of government, a republic form of government is going to protect your God-given rights at all costs. Please do not confuse this with no Democratic Party versus a Republic Party. It has nothing to do with that garbage because both of those parties are under the democracy. Both of them. Somebody put those words in to trick you. We're not talking about voting for a Democratic or the Republican. They don't like black people, and the Democrats, they like black people, but neither one of them doing anything for anybody because they're both dealing with a democratic form of government. I need y'all to understand something. I told you there was more than one United States. There's the United States of America that deals with this body of land known as North America. And then there is a United States, which is a corporation that resides in Washington, D.C. and is owned by Britain. If you don't believe me, I need you to take notes and look up the Act of 1871. The Act of 1871, this is when the United States Corporation, owned by Britain, truly came into play and into power. It was created specifically to usurp the authority from the United States of America, the true republic. The United States Corporation in Washington, D.C. was created to steal the authority from the true United States of America. Act of 1871, look it up and read it with comprehension. Read it with comprehension. And don't think you're going to ask these AI programs, well, what is the Act of 1871? We got to get away from trying to use Cliff Notes and trying to use other other things to do our homework for us. Because what these AI programs are going to do, they're going to lie to you. Because remember, they're programmed by those who are trying to keep you from having knowledge. All right? I hope y'all getting this. I hope you're getting this because this is the information that's going to be lost as we move forward. Because I'm telling you right now, history is being rewritten. The same way melanated people's history was rewritten, women, your history was rewritten. Pay attention because this information is getting lost. I tell you that right now as I go and do these sessions with where I see this AI programs, whatever, and you ask them questions about law, they are clueless and telling you what they have been programmed to tell you. History is being rewritten. So I hope y'all paying attention. Look up the Act of 1871. This is when you're going to understand the democracy came into play with a company called United States, which is a corporation owned by Britain. I hope y'all following me. All right. So I'm going to finish up here. If y'all have any questions about law, put your comments in there because I'm ready to get out of here, and why this is important. Why it's important to understand the republic. And you're hearing republic, republic, republican, and you'll hear republic rather, and you'll hear that Trump is the president of the United States of America Republic. Okay, so there, you got to understand, there's the United States. When you vote for a president of the United States, you're voting for a president of a corporation that's owned by Britain. But when you're vote, but the United States of America has not had a president. And really, to be 100%, when there's something in the republic, it doesn't have a president, it has a governor. This is why you got to understand. Y'all pay attention because I'm going to confuse somebody. Y'all might want to take notes because I'm going to confuse somebody. This is how convoluted this whole system has been made. When you see Georgia on the map, you look on the map, you're seeing Georgia and you're seeing this outline in Florida and Texas and Alabama and all this. Each one of those states is its own country or nation. Each one of those states is its own country or nation. What does it take to be a nation? A flag, a seal, a constitution, a landmass, and a bank. Flag, seal, constitution, landmass, and a bank. This is what it takes to be a nation. Now, when you look at all of these states, do they have those things? Yes, they do. You've got to understand you are your own nation or state. You, made up of every element of the planet, are a walking nation in fact. So do you have a flag or seal? Those are just your logos or your family seals. All right? Coat of arms. All right? Your constitution. That's your security agreement. We help you create that. Your landmass and your bank. Your landmass is your vessel. Again, you are walking land. And then your bank, if you know how to sign a check. Anytime you sign a receipt where you're out and you pay with your credit card. Anytime you do anything where you're autographing or signing your signature, you have been banking. Well, now you need to learn how to really bank. You need to learn what you're really doing because you've been banking. You are a nation. Now start acting like one. Show up like one. Look like one. Claim your nation. That's what we're talking about. All right. Republic. Finishing up here. All right. Why is it important to understand the difference? As we come into knowledge of what's going on, then we start to recognize who these entities are that we're doing business with. All right, the more you recognize who's who, that's why I told you about religion and having an organization where you're saying that this organization is a religious organization. Why is that important? Because then you start to recognize, okay, I need to change this or make this look like this so that I don't have to contract with these people. I don't have to do business with them. Or if I choose to do business with them, I do it where I'm in full control and not them. I do it where if I'm entering a contract, I'm reserving my God-given rights. I want to go back to this. Republic. All right. When you understand who you are as a sovereign, you understand that you are given God-given rights. You have God-given rights and they cannot be sold or repackaged or taken away from you or all this other stuff. But what happens is you end up in a democracy because you sign contracts and you don't reserve your rights. Oh, what kind of contracts, Diva? Well, when you sign your driver's license, when you sign for your passport and you put on the passport that you're a U.S. citizen, When you're signing for, well, I mean, anything you're signing for, your house note, you're signing a contract and you're entering into a contract. And if you're not reserving your rights, then you've given away your rights. Again, you have God given rights. Like they're telling you, oh, you got to go to speed limit, or you violated our policies, or you got to go this, that, or you violated our policies and you got to pay this. Okay. And if you're signing for taxes, if you're signing your name on there saying, okay, I owe you this money, then you have entered into a contract. But when you learn how to reserve your God-given rights, then they can't take them from you. This is where you start with the trust. When you're a member, you become a member, we help you establish your trust, and we help you to understand what your God-given rights are that cannot be taken away from you, but you can sign them away, which is what you do when you call yourself a citizen. You have given up your God-given rights, and you don't have rights anymore. You have privileges under the democracy. So are you wanting to stay a citizen, or are you ready to stand as a sovereign and stand on your God-given rights? Stop giving them away, because they haven't been taking them from you. You get arrested and then you go and sign something. You have said, oh yeah, I'm a citizen. I agree with your, and then you every time you sign, you're giving money up. You're creating money with your signature. You are a banker right here. Every time you sign something, they can't do anything until you sign. You got to understand who you are from a spiritual perspective all the way down to a legal perspective. You've got to understand who you are. And this is why with this package, at least you gonna know what these tools are. You're not gonna just get these tools and then not have a clue about how to use them. Again, go to a lawyer and have them prepare this. $2,500. You don't get any educational knowledge about it. If something happens, you got to run back to that lawyer, and you're going to pay another $2,500 just to talk to them about whatever your issue is. But when you dealing with UNA, we want you to have the knowledge. It is not about your money. It is about you being willing to invest in your own freedom. You paying all these other people to enslave you. You paid to go to college. Yes, you get enslaved. You paid to do all these other things. You are enslaving yourself. But when it comes down to your education and your freedom, you got to be willing to invest in that. All right. So if you're wanting to enroll in the UNA University, we're starting on October 26th. October 16th. October 16th. Want you to go ahead and find the link in the bio. There's a link tree there. My people in YouTube, you're going to find the link in the comment section. All right. It's a link tree, UNARepublic.com/LINK, capital LINK, and then capital T. All right. And then also, if you want the membership package, once again, find the link in the link tree so that we can get you enrolled, have a consultation. All right. And then let's get you on in this thing and get you some knowledge so you can start standing and walking like the nation that you are. Okay. Do I have any questions before I get out of here? Hello, Antoine. Welcome, welcome. Anybody have any questions before I get out of here? Ricky says sovereign, yes. User, thank you. Williams Donald, thank you. And thank y'all for reminding me about who the president was. I forgot. I don't pay attention because that's y'all's president. I was in South America and they kept talking about, well, you know what your president said, and they were in love with Barack Obama. They love Barack Obama, but they were like, you know what your president said. And I was like, that's not my president. He more your president. Y'all keep talking about him all the time. I don't even talk. Y'all talk about him more than I do. Every time I talk to y'all, y'all got something to say about what the president in the United States said. I ain't even up there. I could care less. But you know what he said? He said, I don't care. So yeah, I'm like, that's y'all's president, not mine. Because y'all talk about him so much. I don't know why the rest of the world is enthralled with what's going on with the presidency of the United States. It's amazing and it's funny to me. All right, so I'm going to get out of here. If y'all don't have any questions, fighting for equality says, how does being considered a sovereign impact current debt? Does it have to be paid off first? And by first, I mean, do we have to pay off our debts before we become sovereign? Okay, thank you for that question, Fighting. That's a beautiful question. All right. So listen, let's understand what debt is, first of all. Now, the deal is, as nations, we enter into contracts. And when you enter into a contract, yes, you are responsible for honoring that contract. Okay, let me get into this because we need to understand the spiritual side of this game. Everything starts from the spiritual side. Everything. Everything. I don't care what kind of contract it is or how small or minute you think, it all starts from the spiritual side. What does that mean? It means when you enter into a contract by universal law, you must honor that contract. You've created an energy. You've said, I'm going to do this. And so you must be honorable. Now, let's understand, though, that there are some things that you can do when you have knowledge to deal with a contract that you have entered. You can also rescind contracts. And then you also need to recognize from a legal perspective that really everything is paid for. Everything is already paid for. But in order to effect that, there are a couple of things that, first of all, you got to get your knowledge up and be willing to learn. Secondly, you got to get your spiritual energies right. I'm going to give you an example. I deal with people where we're helping to deal with or eliminate their mortgage. All right. We're helping to eliminate their mortgage. However, you still got to be honorable in your knowledge and your energies. So you got to understand, you got a $100,000, $200,000 mortgage, and you're asking the universe to just give it. Universe, I don't want to pay this $200,000 no more. Help me, please. Okay. Did you put energy into the universe to receive that? I need y'all to understand something. Listen to me. Thank you for that question, because becoming sovereign is more than just paperwork. Becoming sovereign is more than just getting off on some kind of charge that you have. There's a spiritual energy that you have to be aware of, and I'm going to tell you about it. And I want you to pay attention. I thank you for this question. You got a debt here, $200,000. You have signed for. You said, I will pay you. You've made a commitment, and that is very much spiritual. All right. And so, in understanding that, when you're asking the universe, okay, universe, I want to be relieved of this. Please take this away from me. What you giving to the universe on this end? What kind of energies are you putting out? Are you willing to put the energy, the time into gaining knowledge about what goes into coming out of this debt? What are you doing to help other people as well? Y'all got to understand. So y'all see people who have a lot of money or whatever, they use the universal laws in ways that we're not understanding. You notice how they'll have some kind of charity, or we're going after, we want to raise money for this charity and we want to do this for that charity. And if y'all know anything about how these Fortune 500 companies work, they're going to set aside money, like a percentage, maybe 10% at the end of their fiscal year, and then they're going to give it away. That's a universal principle. Pay attention to what I'm saying to you all, because we have forgotten how to be giving people. We forgot, because you've got to give to the universe so that the universe gives to you. I told y'all the universe is like a bank. The universe is a spiritual bank. So she's going to give to you what you've put into her. If you haven't put any kind of currency into the universe, then you can't expect. It's like going to the bank. You put in $50. Something, okay, now I need the $25,000. Wait, you only put in $50. How you gonna get 25? You didn't put anything in. The same thing works with the universe. So getting back to this, okay, when you gotta getting back to the corporations, how they work, they're going to set aside funds at the end of their fiscal year, because what ends up happening is they know by universal law, when you put it out with love, whatever your loving intent is, it's got to come back by universal law. It doesn't matter who you are, white or young or old. It does. The universe doesn't care. If you put it out with love, the universe must return it by law many times over. Y'all heard in the Bible they say tenfold. See, y'all think just when we're talking about law, y'all just think, oh, we just, just give us a paperwork. Spiritual law is surrounding everything we do, everything. What did the Bible say? How many fold does it come back to you? Somebody put it in the comment section. How many fold does it come back to you? Anybody? Anybody read or remember? Because I know most of y'all haven't read the Bible. I know. We're gonna start reading that book because somebody's using it to keep us down. So y'all not even 10. Thank you, Awi. Concentrate. Geocentric said 3. 10. Tenfold. Tenfold. That means if I have gotten $10 million this year and I set aside $1 million and I give that away, that $1 million is coming back to me tenfold. That's $10 million. They know the law. They know how it works. Even if it was just one, even if it was $3 million, geocentric, that's still $3 million I just made because I showed love to some people. So what I'm saying to you is, you got to operate the same way. When you get out of the mindset of Lord help me with this $200,000, and you get in the mindset of let me help somebody else. When you get into that mindset, oh, the universe starts working so much more differently for you, because you're in the what is more blessed to y'all finish this sentence. It's more blessed to give. It's more blessed to give than receive. Y'all thinking these are just some, oh, this some nice sayings. It's more, but these are universal principles. And this is why we get it. Look, in this beginner law book, this is why we get into the hierarchy of law, the universal laws, the maxims of law. The universal laws is the main principles that's underlining this dimension. So what we do when you're understanding these laws, then you can start getting the universe to work for you differently. You're not going to be stressed out about a bill. You're not going to be stressed about, oh, I got to pay this light bill. I got to pay my car note. You're going to be happy to pay them. So when you're talking about, joining the university or what we do here, we're about all of the laws. We got to get your mind right. Get your mind right. And then you're going to start straightening up all these other things out here. We're getting into learning how to not only give to other people, but give to yourself. Who's out there paying themselves? Who's paying themselves 10%? Because those who play in this game, they know to pay themselves 10%. You're paying yourself, and then you're creating what we call ethers. What is an ether? What I call an ether. All right, this is when you reach down in your pocket and you pull out a 20. You're like, oh, I ain't know I had this. Or y'all women with your pocketbooks, you reach down in the dark side part of your pocketbook, and then you end up pulling out the 50. Oh, I ain't even know. Yeah, that's an ether. We create ethers to the point where when we need something, we just reach down into an ether and we know we got it. So you're not worried about funds. The other thing we learn to do is when we are putting our names on anything, we know our word is our bond. So we're not entering into contracts unless we are fully intending to honor it. So if you've entered contracts that you cannot honor, remember that's a spiritual thing. We got to wipe that spiritual energy away. I know y'all get it. This ain't in this for no religion diva. I just want to get the bills out the way. No, because what's going to happen is you're going to do it again. And you're going to do it again. And that's not in order with the universe. It's not. You have to be in honor, because if you're putting your word on something, if you're saying that I will do this, then you have to stand in honor. When you're not standing in honor, you're causing an imbalance. All right, we got to understand this whole game. And it's not just about paperwork and let me get out of something that I said, but I don't feel like I want to pay it. And I think they did this to me and that. No, you got to honor your word. So we're showing you how to do that. Yeah, like I said, I deal with my students and some of my clients where we're dealing with the mortgage or what have you, and alleviating that, but you still have a responsibility to honor your word. I hope we're clear on that, and I hope I answered your question. But the bottom line is we got to get this whole spiritual game down. All right, we got to learn how to stand in honor. That's important. All right, do I have any other questions before I get out of here? The Fighting for Equality says, thank you for your honesty and guidance. Thank you, Fighting for Equality, for the loves. Thank you for the beautiful questions. And yeah, becoming a sovereign, it takes you have to have another level of knowledge and responsibility. All right, because when you get out here and you standing as a sovereign, you are dealing with God's law. And if you don't have integrity, I encourage you to stay where you are. All right. If you don't have integrity, I encourage you to stay where you are. Integrity meaning honor your word. Integrity meaning making sure you respect and you don't do dirt to other people. Okay? Because if you don't have that, you're going to find yourself in a world of trouble. You're going to wish you were back up under the system. You still have a higher level of responsibility. All right? I want y'all to know I love you. I love you. UNA University for me.